Hello everyone. All right. So I'm making another meal. It's country meat and mashed potatoes, which is ground beef. Okay. So, one of the ingredients in this recipe that I'll be putting in the ground beef will be ketchup. Okay. Now I mentioned that specifically because I didn't have any ketchup. Okay. My husband would have had to walk to the store, but I didn't feel like it. So what I did was I looked up what to use and replace that and found a recipe to make homemade ketchup. Homemade ketchup. So I did it. All right, let's see. Nope. Doesn't show, so I tried. See, it's right there. So let me show it to you. Okay, I tasted it already. It tastes like real ketchup. Oh, close enough. So, oh, I forgot to turn it off. So I turned it off. Okay? Put it in the middle so it'll cool down. Okay, now, I'm going to give you a quick overview of what I did to make the ketchup, in case you ever need to. Okay? Now, it it'll probably make maybe a cup or two, you know, so if you want it says it lasts for 3 weeks in the refrigerator, so if you want to make a bunch, you know, double it, okay? So, 1 can, now this is all just single, so if you're going to double it or triple it, then double or triple it. 1 can, 15 ounce of tomato sauce, and 1 small 6-ounce can of tomato paste, okay, in the pan. Then add, now these are 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, onion powder, chili powder. It didn't say dark, but that's all I had. Chili powder, kosher salt. So that's all what you do, 1 teaspoon. Kosher salt, chili powder, garlic powder, and onion powder, okay? Then you want to add half a teaspoon of paprika, okay? Half a teaspoon of paprika, okay? And 3/4 cup of apple cider vinegar, 3/4 cup. And 1 tablespoon of regular vinegar, okay? Now, you're going to use smoked paprika as well as the regular paprika, but I accidentally put, and this is half a teaspoon as well, but I put half a teaspoon in with the rest of the stuff and forgot that the recipe said this goes at the end. So since I had already put it in there, I went ahead and put the half a teaspoon of paprika, okay? Because both are going to end up in there, okay? So what you do is you stir it up and simmer it on low, it says low, for 15 minutes. And stir it every once in a while, okay? To get that tomato paste mixed up in there, okay? Once you're done, get a fine mesh sieve. You know, one of those, not like a strainer with the big holes, but one with the little tiny holes, a sieve. Fine mesh sieve, okay? And do it over a bowl or a measuring cup, whatever, but I suggest something wide because it makes a mess. Pour a little bit and push it through with a spatula. Push it through. You'll have some big chunks that'll stay on top, but it'll be more like liquid going through. Push it through and just keep doing that till you're done with all of it, okay? Doing that helps it become smooth and glossy. You know how ketchup is glossy. Then you pour it back into the pan, still on low, pour it back in the pan. And with that, you want to take in a little measuring cup or a bowl, you want to mix 1 teaspoon of cornstarch to 2 teaspoons of water. 1 teaspoon of cornstarch, 2 teaspoons of water. Mix it up and then pour it in the ketchup and then mix it up. And then that's when you want to add your half a teaspoon of smoked paprika. Okay, but I accidentally added it before that, so it should be okay. It still tastes okay. half a teaspoon of paprika, mix it up, and then do it on low for another 10 minutes, okay, to thicken up. Now, what I do suggest is put a lid on it. I didn't have a lid on it first, but it's just like spaghetti sauce. It will pop, 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 and splat everywhere, okay? Okay, so that's what you want to do, okay? So I left all these spices out just to show you how I made the ketchup, okay? So you can write it down or look it up. I just found it on Google. I looked up what to substitute if you don't have ketchup, and it gave me something like tomato sauce or tomato paste. It said something, then it had something on how to make it, so I did it. Okay, so now, oh, and I forgot to say, if you come on here, say hi. Oh no, never mind. Sorry, I'm not on a live, I'm on a recording video. I sorry. But I just want to say, how's everyone doing? And this is country meat and mashed potatoes. Okay, so now, to start out with that recipe, there's the pan. Alright, inside this pan I've got the, it wants half a cup of onion. Half a cup of chopped up onion. I didn't buy an onion and chop it up, so I just sprinkled in there. I didn't even measure half a cup. I just sprinkled some of this in. This minced onion, okay? Then it wants you to use 2 garlic cloves, okay? And if you don't want to mince fresh one up, use this. It's 1 teaspoon. It's about, it says on here, 1 teaspoon, about 1 teaspoon equals about 1 clove of garlic, okay? Yeah, a lot of people use this because they don't feel like cutting it up, okay? Okay. So, and you're supposed to brown up the onion, but I use minced onion, so. And then the garlic, let it get through and get, what do they call it? The smell, the garlicky smell. Let it, so give it like a few minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and put it on 8, which is medium high. Okay? Medium high. Let me get my spoon out. Okay? Just mix it up a little bit. And that way, if you do the ketchup first, give it time to cool down while you're cooking the other stuff. Which is going to get hot when because it's going to be poured on the ground beef anyway. Okay, and this is supposed to be like a casserole. My first casserole in a while. Don't have a casserole dish. Don't have a foil pan. So this pan, you know, it's going to want you to spread the ground beef out on the bottom. And then the mashed potatoes on top. So I'm just going to do it in this pan and put it in the oven. Okay? Sorry. Got gnats flying right here. So I'm going to go ahead and turn my oven on to 350 to preheat. Okay? Translucent. That's kind of what the onions and garlic need to be. Okay? Just give it a minute or two. Okay, so all these spices are done, but I will be putting salt and pepper on the ground beef, which it said kosher salt. So I'll be using kosher salt, a teaspoon of kosher salt. It says a teaspoon of pepper, but it's the grinder kind, so it's harder to grind and measure, so I'm just going to all over the ground beef, okay? Okay, and then it says 1 can of corn. Now, you can leave the corn out or not. Now, this is going to sound like a shepherd's pie. But in shepherd's pie, the recipe I use, it uses mixed vegetables. But this is just using corn, so. And the recipe I use uses brown gravy. And other stuff. But it asks for 1 can of corn. Okay, this is Good and Gather from Target. But it's good corn. I tried it. But, yeah, 1 can of corn, but I made a decision to use 2 because I love corn. So I'm going to drain them because you don't want all that liquid in there. Okay, so it'll be 1 teaspoon of kosher salt and then 1 teaspoon of black pepper. But if you're using a grinder, you can just grind it over there. Okay. Okay. Now there's one other thing I do have to tell you that I forgot to tell you at the beginning when I was mentioning the ketchup. I forgot to mention you also want to add 1/8 of a teaspoon of allspice. Allspice. I don't have allspice because I haven't used a recipe that's called for it. So I looked that up too, and you can mix cinnamon and nutmeg, and as close as you're going to get to allspice, it's good. Okay? So for 1 teaspoon of allspice, you're going to want 3/4 of a teaspoon of cinnamon and 1/4 of a teaspoon of nutmeg. Okay? So if you want to make more than that, then go for it. I did. So I put I did 3/4 cinnamon like 3 times and then 1/4 nutmeg like 3 times. Okay? And also you're going to put in there too, I forgot, 1/4 cup of brown sugar. Or you can use honey, 1/4 of a cup of honey. It's just a sweetener, some natural sweetener. Okay? 1/4 of a cup of either honey or brown sugar. Okay, and that goes in the first part when you're heating it for 15 minutes. Okay? The only thing that goes after you push it through the fine mesh sieve is the cornstarch and the smoked paprika. Okay? I saw that over there and I forgot to mention that. Okay? Allspice, 1/8 teaspoon, and brown sugar, 1/4 cup. Okay? And the allspice is cinnamon and nutmeg if you don't have any allspice. 3/4 cinnamon and 1/4 nutmeg makes 1 teaspoon. 3/4 teaspoon cinnamon and 1/4 nutmeg. 1/4 teaspoon of nutmeg. That makes 1 teaspoon. So you can adjust it from there if you want to make more for later on. Okay, if you don't have allspice. Okay? Okay, so I just wanted to bring that out because I forgot. Okay, so it's, it's getting brown. So let me put in the ground beef. Okay, ground beef. Sorry guys, I was talking to you guys and because it's on medium high is how I always put the ground beef. The minced onion and garlic went a little bit longer than I wanted. That's okay. Not too much. Okay, now I'm mixing up the ground beef. This was, let me see. I cut the package in half, so I didn't, probably 90 something, but it's pretty dry. So what I'm going to do is, I added a little bit of canola oil in there, because it looked kind of dry. It didn't look like the ground beef was, making up its oil. I mean, I got 93 or 90 something, I don't know. I should have made a little bit. So, I'm going to go ahead and stir this up. Okay, so I told you everything I needed. Teaspoon of black pepper and a teaspoon of kosher salt. Okay, and a can of corn, which I'm going to put 2 cans, 2 garlic cloves, and about half a cup of freshly chopped onion, or you can use minced. But these 2 go in before the ground beef. Just cook it for a few minutes. Put in the ground beef, cook it. Okay? Save. So, hold on guys. Oh, can you bring that up for just a second? I'm just having my husband, because the salt and pepper and corn and stuff, I want to make sure, see if it goes in while it's cooking. Or does it go in after I drain it? Okay. Oh, and the ketchup will be 1/3 cup. I left that out so I could remember. 1/3 cup. 1/3 cup of ketchup. Whether it's your bottle or you decide to make some homemade ketchup. Okay? So, it'll be 1/3 of ketchup, teaspoon of kosher salt, a teaspoon of black pepper, 1 can of corn, but I'm putting in 2 because I love corn. But before you put the ground beef in, you want 2 garlic cloves, half a cup of freshly diced onion, unless you use minced onion. Okay. Gonna go to Facebook Cooks. But I got most of the recipe memorized. I just want to make sure when I put in all the seasonings and stuff. Let's see. Okay, so alrighty, so just checking. And the oven will be preheated on 350, which is doing that now. And you're going to put it in the oven for 30 minutes, okay? So when you're done, you get your, spray your casserole dish, put the ground beef on the bottom and spread it out, and then put the mashed potatoes on top. Now, there's a recipe for country mashed potatoes. It shows it in the video when you look up the recipe. I mean, it's not in the exact steps, 1, 2, 3 steps, because it's not. But it's in, you'll see it. It's just red potatoes with the skins on it cooked, and then with, heavy cream and butter and salt and pepper, and then you spread it on top of the ground beef. But I'm not using that. I'm just using like, let me pull it out. I'm using Bob Evans. Okay, this is what I usually use when I do shepherd's pie or something like this. Okay, but other than that, I usually make homemade mashed potatoes. Okay, I will be scooping it out into a pan to heat it up because I don't have a microwave. I usually put it in the microwave, but I don't have a microwave. Okay, and it will bake in the oven for 30 minutes. Okay. I drain the juices after the ground beef is done. Then I add the corn, ketchup, salt, pepper, and stir well. Okay. That's the main thing I wanted to make sure. Do I add the spices and the ketchup and all that now, or do I do it after I drain it? So it's after I drain it. Okay? It's almost done. Stirring it up, it's almost done. Oh, sorry guys. Let me turn it over here to the pan. See, even if I put it down on the, but see? So it's cooking up. Okay. I just had to plug it in. It's getting low. I forgot to charge it. Okay. Well, it's gonna have to bend it. Let me see. See the pan? I want to do it in the other pan. Okay, there we go. The stand that I have, it can't stand on it when it's plugged in, so. But when I come back, it'll be better. Before when I do, well, it's. Okay. Once I drain this, which is almost done, so I got this. Once I drain this, and I put it back in the pan, and mix everything with it, I'll just spread it out real good because I'm not going to dump it into another casserole dish because I don't have casserole dish right now. I haven't been able to buy one and I don't have a foil. And I didn't really realize it was a casserole dish. I should have thought of that. But it's okay, that's why I got that one pan. It works. Okay? So. Almost done. Just a few more pieces, got some red to it. Okay, so since it's almost done, I'm going to go ahead and, open these and drain them. Since I haven't opened it yet. Okay. That's one can. Open the second can. Alrighty. Alright, so got that drained. Push everything else back. Usually I would have put all my seasonings away from the ketchup, but except for the kosher salt because I had to use that part. I wanted to show you guys. I didn't want to do a video recording of me doing all that because I had to simmer on low for 15 minutes and then do that. Push it through the sheave thing, which I don't have a sheave, so I just used, I'll show you what I used. To push it through, I used this, since the holes were small. Okay? I'm going to get a finer sheave eventually, because I've never had to use one, but I'm going to get one. Okay? And instead of using the measuring cup, because the measuring cup is not like a, I'll show you guys. It's this, but it's kind of, you know how it's kind of, so it's not real wide, so it was not, I should have done it over a big bowl or something, because it made it kind of a mess. Okay, so, alright, so, ground beef is done. I'm draining it. I'm going to leave it on. I'm draining it. Okay, it just says add everything. It doesn't say continue to heat. Once you mix everything well, the ketchup, the corn, the salt, the pepper, then it wants you to put it right into the baking dish. So I'm just going to turn it down. Yes?
You done?
I'm just about done, huh? So. Alright guys, so there we go. Alrighty, so corn, ketchup, salt, and pepper. Corn. Oh, and it's 2 pounds of ground beef, if I forgot to tell you. 2 pounds of ground beef. Okay? So that's for 1 casserole. It looked like it was enough, but that's usually what I use when I do the whatchamacallit pie, the shepherd's pie, sorry. Okay, so I got that. Can you give me that big pan down there? I forgot I gotta heat up some of the mashed potatoes on the top. No. The pan. So. Okay, guys. So. Alright, see this? I'm going to put the mashed potatoes in there. Okay? Since I'm used to doing it in the microwave. Okay? I'm just going to go ahead and take out a big tablespoon and I'm going to pour it in there. Okay? So I'm going to just start it out on 6. Just a tad over medium, okay? Now let me get the ketchup in there because there's nothing in there but corn and ground beef and get it all dry. So, I just took the 1/3 and scooped it up. I'm just going to put a tad bit more since some of it sticks into the pan. Okay? So let's see. You double check. Okay, let me do the salt and pepper. Okay, I used the teaspoon that I used for the garlic. It was a little wet, so some of the sea salt stuck to it, so I just added a little bit more. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and do the pepper, which is a teaspoon as well, but since it's a grinder, it's hard to measure. You would have to measure it on, grind a bunch of it on a plate and then measure. I'm just grinding some on there. Alrighty, let me mix it up, okay? I don't know why somehow the ketchup doesn't seem like it's in a row. So, let's see how that tastes. Just make sure don't overdo the salt, because just going to put just a tad bit more of ketchup. And the rest of the ketchup, while it's cooking in the oven, I will put the rest of the ketchup away in a little container. Okay, it's good for 3 weeks. Okay, good for 3 weeks. Alright, let me just add a little bit more pepper. Okay. Good to go. I turn it off. all. Okay. And I'm just going to spread it out. Like I said, I gotta use this pan as my, because this pan is a Pioneer Woman pan, and it can withstand up to 450 degrees in the oven. And I used it before on casserole, so it works. So I spread it out. Okay, now let me get the spoon and I'm gonna stir the mashed potatoes. Hopefully, and it looks like I bought two. I'm just gonna go ahead and put the second one in. Okay. The first one is still cold. So let me all right. So I'm going to turn it up a little bit so it'll heat up a little faster. And it definitely does look like homemade mashed potatoes. But they're still better than the powdered mashed potatoes. Alright, let me get my phone back. There you go. Okay, I just wanted to double check. I was just double checking about the spices of the corn, where they go in there while it's cooking or after the meat was done. You see? There's the mashed potatoes heating up, see? And that meat's all spread out. Okay? Unplugged it. I was charging my phone, but so let me stir up the, sticking to the bottom. I just want to warm it up a little bit, and then it can get hot, more hot while it's in the oven for 30 minutes. Okay? Kind of bubbling up. Okay, I'm going to turn it off. It's still got cold spots, but it'll get it's not like refrigerator cold, so. Okay. Alrighty, so let's turn this around. See that? You're going to see me, I'm going to pour it in there. Okay, and spread it around. Now when it showed in the video, when you bring up the recipe, it did not say how many potatoes to use, but I guess you just have to guesstimate. It showed maybe 2.5, 3 pounds, maybe, I don't know. But it doesn't like say in the ingredients and the things, oh, use 3 pounds of, no. That's the potato recipe is separate, but in the recipe you just, I mean in the video when you bring up the recipe you see them making the potatoes and mashing them and using heavy whipping cream instead of milk, but you can use milk. But anyways, you can go to my Facebook page and look up Facebook Cooks. It's called Facebook Cooks, and look up country meat and mashed potatoes. It's near the top right now. I brought it to the top so I could, look it up, But once it goes back down, just look under the, just look it up under the magnifying glass on it. Just look up country meat and mashed potatoes, and it should come up. You can see the video, and then you can click on the link and look at the, at the top it tells you about it, but then you can just keep scrolling, and it'll scroll until you get to where the list of ingredients are and the step-by-step instructions are. Okay? But when you first find it, there's a video you can watch. But then after that, you can click on the link and go to the recipe. Okay, just look up country meat and mashed potatoes under Facebook Cooks. Okay, you don't have to. You can just follow what I said on here. And you can adjust the ingredients accordingly if you want to make more or less. And you can follow what I did for the ketchup. Just, after I started the recipe a little bit, I went back and I mentioned the brown sugar and allspice because I forgot to mention that at the beginning for the ketchup. So, don't forget that. Okay? So, I'm just spreading. The, mashed potatoes. Okay. Spreading it. Okay, now. It does not say nothing about cheese. Shepherd's pie does say put cheese on top before you put it in the oven. This does not, but I'm thinking about sprinkling a little bit of cheese on top because I want to. Okay? Shepherd's pie says too, but this doesn't. Even though shepherd's pie is almost the same. Okay? So, I'm just going to sprinkle off a little bit of cheese across the top of it, and then I'm going to use cheddar cheese. You can use Mexican or whatever cheese you want, but I'm going to use cheddar cheese. Okay? And then I will show you what it looks like. And then I will put it in the oven. Okay? There's the cheese. And it's almost done. Alright, guys, spread it off. I wasn't going to put that much together. It doesn't spoil, so I can put the rest of the bag in there. Okay. So there we go. So, it's hard to see. I'm facing the food, but it's hard to see. So I will show you what it looks like. Okay, that's with the cheese on top. Got the mashed potatoes and... Okay, I will show you what it looks like when it's done, and I will dig into it and show you the inside. I should have showed you before I put the cheese on there, but okay. So it was preheating at 350, and we were putting it in. It says for 30 minutes. Okay, 30 minutes, and when it's done, I will show you what it looks like. Okay, so here I go. Watch me. This is a heavy pan. Okay? So put it in. And when it's done in 30 minutes, I will show it to you. Alright, so we're back. Let's get it out the oven. Oh, hold on guys, that was hot steam. That went right in my face. Like, oh, that was hot. Sorry guys, that was hot steam. It just went right in my face. Locked up my face, the glasses. It was hot. Sorry guys, I'm doing a bad job here. I tried to move the pan over to the other burner and bring it better. And my other thumb touched the handle and it was hot. Sorry. Woo. Okay guys, let's see what it looks like. See? Okay, that's what it looks like. Okay, so let me... Oh, that was pretty hot, so I'm gonna have it right now. Alright. Sorry guys, I tried to pull it out, get a hot steam in my face. Locked everything up, then I touched the handle with my thumb. I'm just terrible today. There I go, touching the handle again and jumped. Look guys, sorry. This pan, let me see. See, it's right here. That pan, I don't normally put it in the oven. I have a couple of times because like you can up to 450, but I don't usually. So every time I grab it, I'm not used to the handle being that hot because I don't hardly ever put it in the oven. So, put this on my hand. So, while I'm scooping it, I can hold it. So, hold on, guys. 1 second, real quick. Sorry, guys. I just had to put some cold water on my thumb because I can feel it burning when I touch the handle. Okay, so let's see. Since it is a one-pan casserole, I'll just be using a bowl instead of a plate. Let me put the bowl right there. Put this in there so I can hold the pan still with because the handle is hot. So I showed you what it looked like. Scoop it. Bring it. Okay. That's what it looks like. That was my thumbnail. Okay. So that's what it looks like. Okay. And I will show you what the inside looks like. See? Okay? So usually I make my husband's bowl first or plate or whatever you want to call it. Okay? So, but I'm going to taste it for you guys. Okay, get some potatoes. Okay, corn. The ground beef and the potatoes. hot. But it is really good, yes. It's going to be of it all. But it is really good. Alright. So, thank you for watching and taking the time to watch this. And I appreciate each and every one of you guys. If you haven't subscribed, please do. And when you do, check the all so you can get notified of all videos that get uploaded. Please help me to subscribe by subscribing. I need at least 50 subscribers so I can go live. Like tonight, I could have done this cooking video on a live, but I can't until I get at least 50 subscribers. I want more, but I want to start out with a minimum of 50 subscribers. So please help me, like, comment, share. If you see any ideas that I can do better, or something that you do like, or anything, okay? And share me with your friends and family. Tell them about me and watch some of my other videos if you're new. Alright? I appreciate each and every one of you. I love you guys. Stay positive, and I'll see you in the next cooking video. Bye!